Hey, it's Kaero. Welcome back to the channel. It is May 29th, and as predicted, we do have three of the most powerful cards in Standard banned. Today, we're going to look at why they're banned and where you can go going forward to make sure some of the decks that you created, including these cards, still work. The first card to be banned is not a surprise to anybody. It's Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This is the premier 3-drop in any deck that runs red, basically, and made decks that don't even want to run red instead, making things like Grixis and Rakdos really create a lot of advantage on turn 3. This gives you a body, creates you a treasure token to make sure that your Invoke Despairs and your Breach the Multiverses go off a turn early and fixes your mana in multicolored decks. And then also becomes a win con if you manage to get the reflection out and just copy a bunch of creatures like Blood Tithe Harvester. If you're running Reanimator right now and you're concerned about not having the treasure in the card filtering, you may want to consider the new battle spell from March of the Machine, Invasion of Urgamon. Now this is no Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but it does ensure that you get to filter out your Reanimator target to the graveyard early, and it also creates you a treasure token, recreating some of the benefits of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, if not all of them. This will require you going into Jund, but I think Jund will be in a better place now that Rakdos is kind of going down a little bit. The next card that was banned was Reckoner Bankbuster. As you know, the Reckoner Bankbuster has been dominating in every mid-range to control deck on the face of the earth for a while now. This card is very difficult to replace because it is colorless. For 2 colorless mana, any deck can run it, and then you can pay just to draw cards, and then it becomes a creature later that can actually finish out games if you stabilize the board appropriately. I don't have an answer, a direct replacement, but I will say that not having a colorless turn 2 thing that draws cards will make blue more necessary in the format. A lot of times you can just skip blue altogether because you don't need the card draw, because you can just draw from your artifact Bankbuster. So having this knocked down a little bit will probably bring blue a little bit more to the forefront. Maybe Azorius Control will benefit from this. The next banned card is Invoke Despair. This has been very powerful since Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. It is the premier curve topper for any decks that are including black at 5 mana. Replacements for this that are not going to be quite as good, if you want to go the creature route, you can go the new Sheoldred that costs 5 that makes an opponent sacrifice a creature or planeswalker when it enters. You can also do more ramp cards just to get your Chandra out earlier, or you Breach the Multiverse out earlier and skip Invoke altogether. If you're using Invoke mainly for the card draw, Phyrexian Arena is also available, though it's not nearly the same thing. These are things that can augment your current decks and maybe make them adjust. One thing to note before we wrap up the video, I think that Rakdos is still probably going to exist. I could see it shifting further into a sacrifice theme now that some of the big pieces have been banned from the set, using the new Ob Nixilis Captive Kingpin, potentially do an infinite combo. This might make this a little bit more viable now that Fable of the Mirror Breaker is gone, and it might be the path that Rakdos wants to go down to. I think there's a new 5-color domain deck that's going to see play probably be tier 1. It's going to be very good, and aggro benefits from this a little bit as well. If you liked the video, please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you for hitting that like. It's free, it supports the channel, and allows me to make more videos, and thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.